The 11th race of the Samsung IndyCar Series season is the first to kick off the second half of the season. We are here at the Richmond Raceway for the Target 300. Trey Wright has claimed pole in tonight's race in the 39 car. Just outside second is the 2 of Luke Rainey. Then third place is Christian Richardson. Fourth it's Brandon Grenier. Rounding out the top 5, Jonathan Rains in the 15. Sixth place we have Max Rossi. In 7th is Sebastian Kukulan. 8th is Trey Rainey, last race's winner at Gateway. In 9th is Zachary Fitzroy Sr.'s teammate. And Oliver Evans, the 77, will round out the top 10. The rest of the field, there's Jake Gowage, who's inside Jay Randall, the 33. So how about that? All 3 of the Dale Corn Racing cars start inside the top 11 here tonight. Then we have Marshall Burrows, who's inside Kai Alexander in the 28, with Brandon Beal and Kashawn Richardson in the 7. Then we have Mark Silas and Justin Seidel in car number 3, with Christian Vargas, our points leader, and Anthony Lehman second in points, right, who is outside. Then we have Nogin Scott and John Gilbert, the 48, with Cole Luigi and Riley Sampson, 2 more teammates. Then Carter Friesen and Casey Nanico, with Anthony Fox and Bronson Minnick in the 12. Then John Smith and Jose Mills, with Tyler Fink and Dylan Trieste, Ryan Brommer and Anthony Rodriguez, and in the final row, Riley Spurlitube and Anthony Ness, 66, rounds out our 36-car field. There is the starting lineup for the Target 300 at Richmond. Let's go on trackside to fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
The 11th race ready to get going as the 36-car field rolls off the starting grid. Trey Wright leads the green flag, the 39. Coming in, Andrea Osborne still leads the owner's points, but however, Dale Corn Racing has closed in with Justin Dietz behind the helm of that team. They're looking to try and close in. All 3 of them start inside the top 11 here tonight. Can they take over the points that Andrea Osborne has? Green flag, 45 laps at Richmond. Right from pole. Pole's at the lead lap 1 of the race. Rainey in second, Richardson in third. That's how they start. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3 off to turn 1. First down at full speed. Trey Wright. Oh, there they go already. Caution out on lap number 2. Multiple cars involved. Oliver Evans is hit with Dylan Trieste. It looks like it might have been Marshall Burrow. Seidel the 3 is in it. Still back there being hit. It's Marshall Burrow. Trey Wright led the field back to the caution flag. Oh, look at that! Kukulan's right under the yellow. He's hit hard. So caution flag in the air on lap number 2. Barely got going. And a pileup off the second corner brings a halt to the action early on in the Target 300. Oliver Evans, the first round of the 77, collected a numerous amount of cars off turn number 2. Reason for the first caution flag of the night, racing inside the top 15 to the bottom of the racetrack. That is the 4 Christian Vargas. Our points, they're making it 3 wide. Jake out with the 88 tries to cut down out of the top side to the bottom. He sees a hole right there, tries to fill that hole, can't get, then slides up into the 77. The 4 slides up and takes out the 88 and the 77, both hard to the wall for Oliver Evans. Jake Gowie goes around. Seidel, the 3, gets a piece. Looks like Fink missed it. Down there, Hernandez hit as he tried to avoid the crash. I think that's John Smith, the 23, Dylan Trieste. There's Marshall Burrow. Seidel again's going to hit right there pretty hard. Anthony Lehman, second in points, had to get slowed and woed up. He lost a ton of ground on the racetrack, and that's a lot of valuable points that went out the window because he was stuck behind the crash. Overall, about 5 cars maybe collect damage in this one. Look at it. I think that was just too aggressive by Vargas this early in the race. Lap number 2, he made that aggressive bull move on the racetrack. That's really what caused the accident. He sent the racetrack too far. It was just such an aggressive lap 2, 45 lap event for sure. Trey Wright led the first 2 laps from the pole position. He'll lead under the yellow flag. Car number 39 out in front in the Target 300 early on under our first yellow flag. Coming back to the green flag, lap number 8 here in the Target 300. Richmond set to restart with 35 cars on the racetrack. That is because under this yellow flag, the 7, Kashawn Richardson, a gearbox is putting him out of the race. So tough day so far for Christian Peterson. Evans crashed, and now Richardson out to the race. Early pole left is Brandon Beal. There are 35 cars on the lead lap. Trey Wright, Luke Rainey, Christian Richardson with John Thorane, Zachary Fitzroy in the top 5. Then Kukulan, Rando, Xander, Grenier, Rossi in the top 10. Back green at Richmond. Better jump there for everyone behind Trey Wright. Remember, was still everyone before at the start of the race. Green looking to take that lead away off turn 2. But down the back to 39 pulls that. Now remember, Kukulan right under the yellow flag. He's going to be slower, so damage he pulls to the high side. See cars going to be flying around him, especially down the straightaways. Front 5 breakaway because of the 42 zone of the rest of the field. As still it's Trey Wright leading the race every single lap so far. Rainey tried to the inside. Richardson almost got down there. They were almost 3 wide down the backstretch for the lead. Now to turn 3, Luke Rainey again peaks low, about halfway lower than the 39 of Trey Wright. But Wright powers up the corner and pulls the gap. So impressive, Trey Wright so far being able to hold that lead from the pole position. Luke Rainey to change though to the inside, wheel to wheel down the back straight. Luke Rainey going to take the lead away in turns 3 and 4. New race leader, Team Penske out in front. Luke Rainey leads the way. Reigns now second, looking for the top spot off to turn 1. This is a 5-car pack for the win. But once these guys keep battling, here comes Grenier and Xander and Rando, Kukulon, Rossi, Beal, Rainey, all going to come forward. You can see they've caught now. Grenier, Xander, and Rando have caught the front 5. Reigns leads the way. Fitzwater, who did a complete flip in the air last year at the Gateway, rides in second position. Looking for a much better day here today in Richmond. He moves to the inside for the top spot in turns 3 and 4. He's had Trey Wright with them off the 4th corner. Fitzwater leads the 12th lap of the event. Trey Wright 39 inside lane in turn 1. Trying to get by, and now trying to get by. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. back there, contact made. Luke Rainey's going around and a wild spin down the backstretch. He'll get hit by Max Rossi, gets his brother Trey, and there's Zach up on the backstretch. Multiple cars involved in turn 3. And a car in the air still dressed. There was a terrible collision. Oliver Evans and others piling, freezing. That's Marshall Burrow in the air. A disastrous crash here at the Richmond Raceway. Trey Wright once again leading our 2nd yellow flag of the race. A big battle gone wrong. Riley Sproul to Marshall Burrow. There's Trask, who was in the air. John Smith, Carter Friesen. Lehman, our 2nd in points runner. Zidell, Burrow, Oliver Evans, Trey Rainey, Max Rossi, Luke Rainey, the 2. Noggin, Scott Colucci. There's Rodriguez smoking heavily. John Gilbert's back here. Bronson Mink and Christian Vargas, our points leader, takes the pit road. A horrible crash in the Target 300. A 3-wide battle gone wrong for Luke Rainey, collecting more than half the field in a terrible accident in turn number 3. Up ahead in the 3rd position, the 15 of Jonathan Reigns goes wide through 1 and 2 out of the groove. Could be slower because of that. Luke Rainey, Dickenhart, Brandon Grenier, Dickenhart as well. So they're 3 wide. Reigns comes down off the wall. The 2 slides up a little bit. No real room for the 2 to go though. Spins around, wild down the back stretch, and the first one to hit, Max Rossi, then goes up and gets his brother Trey, and then it's on from there. Cars bounce around. Rodriguez, Mark Sousa in the inside wall. There's Tyler Fink. Jose Mills gets spun around, but back behind them, the worst is yet to come. Jake Galloway sideways. The track is blocked. The track is clogged. They see from that angle. Trask, they fly into the madness as cars didn't really slow down. The crash happened. Not many cars were able to slow down, and a terrible collision for many drivers in this one. This angle then. Nothing really for Luke Rainey to do there. He was there, and Rainey just kind of came down. I'm not real sure what else Luke Rainey could have done. That situation was just kind of squeezed in the middle there. It was a move that was fair to make because that, the 15 was obviously slower. Another look at it. You can see the 15 just kind of comes down. The 25 was down underneath. The 2 really had nowhere to go. Maybe Reigns inspired, didn't say 3 wide, and Reigns didn't get the memo. But look at this terrible crash. Hernandez Nanico in the middle of it all. You'll see the 98 go flying in right there onto his lid, but that doesn't even tell the story of what that looked like. Trieste flies into the crash. Terrible impact. It looks like both the Dry and Reinbold cars ended up upside down. John Gilbert and Marshall Burrow both looked like they were in the air. Makes it a terrible collision up there. Cars all just kind of go out to the bottom because the top is blocked by Riley Spurwich. Look at that. And then Oliver Evans flies in. And then Justin Zidell as well. They get Noggin Scotkin spun around to the outside wall. One more look at this terrible crash. Right there, Riley Spurwich kind of has the top side blocked, so everyone tries to filter to the bottom, and some people did not get the memo in time. halt to the action here at the Richmond Raceway before the halfway point. Racing back around in front, Trey Wright has started from the pole position. He's led the most laps so far tonight, but now a restart to deal with after a bad collision. Trey Wright out in front of the target 300. Green flag right here, lap number 19. Trey Wright in control of the race so far here tonight. A lot of cars out from this. John Smith, Dylan Trieste, Riley Sprue, Marshall Burrell, Oliver Evans, Justin Zeidel. Second in points, Anthony Lehman, Carter Friesen, his teammate, Luke Rainey, Anthony Rodriguez, Max Rossi. It leaves us 24 cars on the lead lap, so a little more than half the field still left running. Trey Wright, Zach Fitzwater Sr., Jonathan Rains, Brandon Grenier, Kai Alexander the top 5. Jay Randall, Christian Richardson, Brandon Beal, Special Kukalan, Ryan Brown are the top 10. And once again, that 39 just gets monstrous restarts. Oh, he slides really wide. Out of the river comes Fitzwater in the gas. Down low, down the back. Fitzwater pulls even and gets by. And the day for what could have been Dale Quinn Racing, really having a great day. One of their members now out to the race. And here comes two Andretti Autosport cars trying to run down Fitzwater, the Dale Quinn Racing car. Here they come on Trey Wright again. To the inside of Fitzwater. Kaiser moves by Speed Grenier for third. Right back to the front. And still back there, Kukla is still slower. He's holding them off for ninth right now. Nako's going to be impatient, I'm sure. Trying to get there. He knows a race wins in the bounce. He can get up there and get into that pack. He's going to pull low here. Kukla trying to block. The 8's going to force him high. Here comes Sampson, the 10. He'll break low and get by. At the front, 7 cars to battle it out. Here comes Richardson to the battle. As Kaiser got to the front, Trey Wright wants it right back. That 39 is very, very strong. I think maybe the strongest car out there. If he can position himself well, he will be a factor at the end of this race. Here comes another Dale Quinn Racing car, Jay Rando, trying to get Justin Dietz the owner's points lead. Sliding off the corner. Rando inside of Trey Wright. Trying to get there and lead the lap. He slides up, comes Reigns looking 3 wide. For the lead, halfway done with a target 303 wide for the point. And Reigns gets it. Back behind them, Trey Wright looking to split the middle. Maybe some contact with Kai Alexander keeps him from doing that. And there comes Nako. On his clone car, Grenier looking low. Look at this run by Nako. One of the fastest cars on the racetrack the last few laps. He's been flying up through the field. He'll go 3 wide. Trey Wright to the outside, pole center. Grenier middle lane. They sort out to 2 wide again. Back at the front, Reigns leads the way. Richardson now to second. Rando's third. Sanders fourth. Fifth now for Nako. Looking for fourth. A charge in the field by Casey Nako. For Greg Irwin Racing at the front of the field. Richardson gets by Reigns to put Ed Compton Racing on the point. Under 20 to go, 19 to go, the start-finish line. Richardson leads the way. Rando in second, third now for Nako. Up to the podium. He has been so strong here tonight. Flying through the field is Casey Nako. There goes Rando with a peak. And on the run to make it work though. And Trey Wright comes back forward for fourth on Reigns. Now to 3-4 Rando to the inside. Side by side. Rando takes it away, but here comes Casey Nako. Looking for the run to make it work. Down the back to turn 3, trying to peek to the inside, trying to get the nose. Trying to get some clean air through the corners and into the draft down the straightaways. He has a run, he's there to the inside. There goes Casey Nako. What a charge on the restart to get to the lead. And he pulls away. What a great 1 and 2. 16 to go to the line. Nako's pulled a huge gap. Now can they sort themselves out and run them back down? 16 laps remaining. 8 cars in the pack. 9th place now, Jake Galloway. Brandon Field at 10th. And Anthony Fox up to 11th. Look at this pack of cars right here. That's a big bow for 9th and 10th and all that. Field gets to 9th, Galloway back to 10th, Fox looking for 10th. All those cars have some sort of damage from crashes. Up ahead for Nako's lap cars, Bronson Minnick. Trey Rennie Koluishi also not far up the road. Christian Rogers are points. They're trying to lift it around to get as many points as he can get. So big implications there as the front of the championship having a bad night. Now 14 to go for Casey Nako. Bronson Minnick caught at any moment. The 12 severely off the pace. What will Nako do when he catches him? Will he be the first to catch him? Here comes Jay Rando. Hard on the gas in hot pursuit. See Minnick running high through the corners. I think he knows that they're going to want the bomb on the racetrack. He's up against the wall. Great drive at runs to get out of the way of the front two. Great move. That's what you want when you're a lap car. You just want to get out of the way. Sometimes easier than other times. It's easier like this when they're kind of spread out when they're really fast racing. And for the lead, Jay Rando by Casey Danico. To the front at Richmond, race 11 hangs in the balance. Will we have our 11th winner of the season? Can Jay Rando become the first repeat winner of the season? Fixing to find out any moment. Coming around to 11 to go. Jay Rando in control. Christian Richardson moves to second. Third for Danico. Trey Wright in fourth. Inside the top four. Inside the top five. Only one winner this season. That is Jay Rando. And Richardson wanting to keep him from winning 2 races early in the season. Gonna jump to the inside. 10 to go right here, side by side. Rando got the lap led. Richardson, though, breaks to the inside and gets by. Casey Danico now moves all the way up to second. Here comes Grenier fourth. He moves by Fitzwater to the top 5. Fitzy back to 6th. Reigns and Xander 7th and 8th. They're just kind of hanging on to the draft. They're not really getting up there and getting a part of it for now. I think they're just holding back. They wanted to save their stuff and then wait. A nice corner, gains on Richardson with a nice run down the backstretch. He's to the inside. Is he down there? Barely. Back to the strike. Danico leads. Corner right out front. Trey Wright for Clausen and Marshall Racing. The single car organization moves to second. Can he win here tonight? He has a peek. He's down there. He's starting on pole. Dominated the first part of the race. Led about the first, 9 laps or so. Got past, but stayed into the top 5, top 7 all night long. And now with the Witt hanging in the balance with 7 to go, he's up into the podium again to second with lap traffic looming ahead. That is Trey Wright the first. They will catch one last race at Gateway. Will he get out of the way of our race leaders? Danico leads. Here comes Trey Wright trying to get to the inside, trying to use the 18 as a pick on the 8. With 6 to go, Danico cleanly to the inside. He'll get by the 18. Trey Wright's cleanly by. Rando is by. Fitzy is by. Richardson is by. Once again, inside the top 5, only one winner. That is Jay Rando in third. The rest of the top 5 looking for their first victory of the season. And for Danico, we might want to be looking for a yellow flag right now. 5 to go. Any yellow flag would end the race short. Danico slides up the racetrack. No grip on the 8 car. Here comes Trey Wright. From the pole, can Wright win the night? There he goes. Side by side. 4 to go. Can Rando in third or Fitzy in fourth close in right to the front? Danico back to the second. 2 Dale Quinn racing cars of Rando and Fitzwater in third and fourth looking to pounce. And there's Luigi, the lap car. Another lap car. Vargas, the points leader. 3 to go for Trey Wright. He's by Luigi. Danico's by Luigi. It's a 2-horse race to the front for now. Come to 2 to go. There's Danico peeking low again. Didn't have the nose to make it work. Back by, 2 to go. 1.5 miles remain. It's a 2-car race for the win in Richmond. And for Dale Quinn Racing, around they go on the backstretch. Fitzy and Richmond have crashed. Back to the yellow flag. 2-1 single car organization cars. 1-2 as Wright wins over Danico. And if we had one final lap, Danico made the move. Crazy ending to the Target 300. Trey Wright's going to visit victory lane as 2 of the top 5 crash down the backstretch. Fitzwater and Christian Richardson to crash under the yellow. Brandon Beal and Jake Gilway crash from top 10 positions. An issue there. As cars, the field tries to get it sorted out. At the front, Trey Wright is going to be the race winner. Whereas Casey Danico gone. There he is. He's ahead of the pace car. Let them go. Checkers are out. Trey Wright wins in Richmond from the pole. The dominant car gets it done. I'd say the 2 fastest cars of the night get 1-2 here tonight in Richmond. Looks like a car to come up pit road. May have been the 25 of Brandon Grenier. It was. I think he still finishes 5th because of that, though. Let's see the race for the caution light. Then the crash that happened under the yellow. Fitzwater goes around with Richardson down the backstretch. Almost made it to the white flag, but it was so close yet so far. Fitzwater the 19. Lapping the 9 of Luigi slides way high up the racetrack, and there's completely takes himself and the 9 out, and then takes Richardson with him. They were 4th and 5th when it happened. Grenier right there gets down to the right. He came down here. Kai Xander gets bounced around. As cars spin around, look at that. Fox barely misses. But 2 of the top 5 crash out here of the target 300. Richardson and Fitzwater, I'm sure. Christian Richardson might not be happy with Fitzwater. That was kind of, he just had to hold the bottom and just went straight. Either it was a very aggressive move into the corner, just something happened with the step of the car that didn't allow him to turn. But then Brandon Beal and Jake Elway running inside the top 15. Here they are racing back around 3 wide by Trey Rainey. There's the battle for 10th. That was about for 10th and 11th. Galloway got back in 10th, and look at that. He just took out Brandon Beal. And the 5 goes upside down. What in the world? I don't believe it. I don't know if something happened with the 5 and the 88 beforehand, where maybe Brandon Beal did something to Jake Galloway. We'll see here if anything happens on the race back. No, he just kind of went wondering if something had to happen, because Jake Galloway completely took out the 5 of Beal. Look at this. He just turns left on him and takes him into the wall. And the Beal goes for a little tumble and comes back down to earth. A crazy ending to the Target 300, just what we were expecting. Short track racing in the IndyCar Series. Trey Wright wins the race back over Casey Neco and wins the Target 300. Clausen and Marshall racing in victory lane at Richmond. Let's go see the finish results and the point standings after a wacky race at Richmond. Here are the finish results from the Target 300 at the Richmond Raceway. We had 3 caution flags tonight for 11 laps and 17 lead changes. 8 drivers saw the lead here tonight at Richmond. Reigning supreme from the pole position, the most laps led, 21 of the 45 laps led. Trey Wright wins the day at Richmond for Clausen Marshall Racing. Casey Neco, maybe the second best car, if not the best car out there tonight, ends up in second position, led 9 of the 45 laps. So close yet so far for Greg Irwin Racing. Third place for Jay Rando, finishes once again ahead of fourth place Kai Xander. Jay Rando for Dale Coyne Racing, Kai Xander for Andretti Autosport. 5-point swing in favor of Dale Coyne Racing, so it's going to be down. I think it's those 2 teams right now, seriously, for the Owners' Championship. And just behind Kai Xander, 2 teammates of his, Brandon Grenier and Ryan Brommer, 5th and 6th. Andretti Autosport 4, 5, 6 here tonight in Richmond. 7th for Jonathan Rains, 8th for Anthony Fox, Riley Sampson 9th, and Jake Galloway rounding out the top 10, with Brandon Beal 11th, Mark Stiles in 12th, Anthony has 13th, 14th John Gilbert, 15th for Tyler Fink, Sebastian Guggenheim gets a 16th, 17th for Christian Richardson, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 18th, Jose Mills 19th, Duncan Scott in 20th. So how about that for Richardson, Fitzwater? They went from 4th and 5th to 17th and 18th because of the crash coming around to the white flag. They both led laps here tonight, both had very strong cars, just bad luck there at the end, especially for Richardson, put them out of the running of the top 5. Vargas, our points there, 21st. Cole Luigi gets 22nd. Trey Rainey, 23rd. 24th, Bronson Minnick. 25th on down out of the race. Rossi, Rodriguez, Luke Rainey, Friesen, Lehman, Zidell, Evans, Burrell, Spurley, Trieste, Smith, and Kashawn Richardson rounding out the 36-car field. Let's now go see the point standings as we're 11 races done with the season. 11 races into the season. We're down now into the final half of the season. Here are the point standings. Christian Vargas, the 4, is currently on top still by 40 points now over Jay Rando, who is second now. Third for Ryan Brommer, Anthony Lynn falls to 4th, and Brendan Grenier is now 5th. Jake Galloway up to 6th. Casey Neco is now 7th with the second place. 8th for Cole Luigi, Justin Zidell 9th, and Kai Xander is currently holding strong at the top 10. Bronson Mick now down to 11th, Brandon Beal is now 12th, John Smith 13th, Carter Friesen 14th, Riley Sampson in 15th, Trey Wright the win moves up inside the top 20 to 16th, Dylan Trieste is 17th, Trey Rainey 18th, Mark Stiles 19th, and Anthony Mann is rounding out the top 20. So 11 races in, 11 different winners. Crazy the amount of winners we've had so far this season. John Gilbert now 21st, Luke Rain down to 22nd, Kashawn Richardson 23rd, Anthony Rodriguez 24th, 25th for Anthony Fox, Jonathan Rain, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Tyler Fink, Christian Richardson, and Marshall Burr rounding up the top 30. Then Noggin, Scott Riley Spro to Jose Mills, Special Kukulon, Oliver Evans, and Max Rossi rounding out the field with some bad points seasons with 9 races to go. At the top right are the owners' points, Andretti Autosport, Dale Coyne Racing kind of duking it out right now. Those two teams going to be the two to beat if you're going to want to get the Owners' Championship. And I believe it's going to come down to those two as well. I don't think anyone else is really going to have a shot. We'll have to see, though. We still have 9 races left. Andretti Autosport go out along with Dale Coyne Racing and not get points. The next few races could really hinder. So far, Andretti Autosport, the only team to score points in every single race so far this season. So we'll look ahead to race number 12. It's going to be chaotic just like this one was. We go to the Charlotte Roval for the Echo Park Automotive 250. I will see you guys then.